The tabletop role-playing game hobby has always had every kind of nerd you can imagine, and that includes women. But in 2023, we have more than just nerds in the hobby. And you might think when you get to D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, that there's a real political divide. Right versus left. Now, even though some of that does exist, that's not the major issue. What we're really seeing is men versus women. The majority of women in the hobby today that aren't nerds, they want to play house. And the majority of men in the hobby, nerds included, well, they want to play war. The majority of customers in the hobby is still male. The vast majority. And you can see WotC having a hard time as they try to cater to women. They cater to politics to a degree, but there's a lot of catering to women. And not nerd women, but the casual new female majority. The majority of the new wave of non-nerd females entering the hobby, they're not big on character death. They don't mind the idea of somewhat running a drama class. They want to play host. They want cute things. They want to have fun in their way. And you might notice their way clashes with the old way. Because the old way, really comes from the mind of men and what they wanted. And you can see why that doesn't work out with this new wave of women in the hobby. And in reality, there's a new wave of casual non-nerd men that follow a lot of these women. They might lean towards, what the rest of the men like in the hobby, but they are going to be way more open to those new females coming into the hobby in 2023, or have been coming into the hobby, I would imagine, in the last 5 to 10 years. This new wave of women and men that aren't nerds, they're not big on the movie Conan, but they love anime. So they're really not into what the old school was into, period. And that's why they don't mind, the difference in new school compared to old school. If it was up to them, new school would be a lot different. 5e wouldn't even look like what it looks like now. And you can hear some of them out there complaining about some of the elements that you find in WotC D&D that you can find in old TSR D&D. In the world of the newcomer, the non-nerds, it's okay to care about feelings. It's okay to get emotional when you lose a character. They don't sour on this stuff. And because people in the old school online make fun of them for how they view the game, they don't take us serious. They don't want to have the conversation or debate. They don't want to see eye to eye with us. So we're not changing their minds, right? And then we all take our side of the fence, no conversation happens, and we both influence the next generation in some corkscrew way that's not going to help the hobby at all. Here is my prediction if we don't sort this out amongst ourselves, because the market is not coming to save us. The companies don't care. WotC doesn't care. So if the hobby has a bright future, it won't be coming from people that want to make money off it. It will be coming from people that give a damn. And no, you don't need to give a damn. I choose to give a damn. So I look at this and go, maybe I need to say something about this, because there's not a lot of people out there really saying it this way. So let's get back to that prediction. In the near future, here's what I believe is going to happen if it already hasn't occurred. Even though in 2023 we have more people in the hobby than we did in the 1980s, I really truly believe in the near future there's going to be less active gaming going on in the public and at people's homes than there was in the 1980s. I really believe back in the 80s we had a better environment, and even with less people in the hobby, we had more active games going on then than we most likely have going on now. You can see a decline with people playing at home with their friends. You see a lot of the solo RPG stuff coming out. And then you jump over to public gaming, which is just about wiped out. So, in my opinion, in the near future, now, with more people in the hobby, there will be less active tabletop role-playing game sessions happening than there was in the 1980s. And I think we need to start talking, right? It's okay to allow different mindsets into the hobby. And I say we should look at a way of adapting them, right? Not separating, but adapting. What can we be open to? And we shouldn't be closed to everything because we're asking them to be more open-minded about things they don't want to be open-minded to. If we're going to meet in the middle, it's a two-way street. Anyway, for now, take care. You know what you can do? You can hit the like button. You can share the video. Oh, and there's another button you can press. That one that lets you subscribe to my channel for more content. Oh yeah, there's that bell thing. You can press that so you know when I've uploaded a new video right away.